Welcome. Today I'm going to show you a new feature in HoudiniEsq 2.0 build 12, public intake. So let's talk about public intake a little bit. Now, if you're like most firms, a good portion of the day is spent by answering inquiries. Now, either via email or phone calls. Potential clients want to know if you can help them. Well, as you probably already know, that this time that your staff use to respond to these inquiries is time consuming and can be pretty expensive, especially if you're not converting these clients. So these little tedious tasks that have to get done all day, every day to increase sales and to bring clients in, we believe at HoudiniEsq should be handled by the software itself. And that's where public intake comes in. So let me show you how to turn that on. Once I'm in, I'm presented typical stuff. But if you go to the config panel, you'll notice that we have a intake configuration tab here. Now, it's pretty basic. This is simply how you turn on public intakes. On the intake configurations, there's a checkbox that says activate intakes. If I uncheck it, you'll see everything goes away. So what I'm going to do now, since I've just turned on the feature, I'm going to manage the intake. You see I have a couple of basic intakes here. I have one called bankruptcy here that I've created. I gave it a name called bankruptcy. It's a practice area of bankruptcy. I just made it the same. That way it's easy for me to refer to what this intake's purpose is without having to look at the practice area. I could make a separate one for chapter 13, chapter 7 if I wanted to. I can make personal injury ones, and there's no limit to what you can do here. And of course I could override all the defaults, who I want the practice area, who I want to be assigned to, and whether I want to allow uploads. I can include additional text when they first go to the intake, and I can include text when they submit their information, any additional text I'm going to give them. I may want to show them my phone number, anything like that. Click generate URL, and what that does, it creates a link that I could either place on my website. I can embed it in a iframe on my website so the form opens right in my website, or I can send it via email. Okay. And I'm running this local on my test bed, so it says file there, but typically that would be I would say HTTP S and the link to log into the system. Once I generate the URL and I click save and so on and so forth, you'll see that I can simply just take this URL, paste it in a new tab, and it'll load the public intake for me. So let's go ahead and do that. No login, no verification, anything like that. It gives me a basic welcome text that I had in the previous app, which is this area right here. Okay, and it takes me through a couple of steps, just 6 simple steps. First step is, okay, give me your vital contact information. Okay, so I'm going to say my name is Frank. Now, if they scroll down, of course, they have additional information. They could include their address, and that's not required, but they can include their address, any demographic information if you want to collect that from them, such as date of birth, so on and so forth, marital status. That stuff could become handy, right? I'll click next now. Now we ask them basic information about my case, So they have up to 30,000 characters to describe kind of what they need, why they need the firm's help, right? They click next, and now since I selected bankruptcy as my form type on the intake, all the custom fields that I had created for bankruptcy also appear here. Now, if I don't have custom fields, the user skips this entire section. But since I do, I'm going to answer the basic questions. Now, this you may or may not want to expose to your users, and you could turn that on and off for intake during the configuration of the matter form, and you could change that any time. Okay, as long as you have admin role, you can make all those changes. I click next. My second to last step is uploading additional documentation I may want to. So I'm going to go ahead and select a couple of files. I'll select a PDF, and there we go. I can drag and drop files into this area as well, or I can just use the Add Files button. I'm going to click Next. And now what the user is provided with is a basic rundown of what information they provide. They can always go back and make a change, okay? But when they're done, they click Accept Submit. Now what the intake system is going to do is simply upload documents, create the matter, create the contact information, and they're done. That's it. That's public intake. So how does it look to the law firm? Let's go ahead and jump back to my tab here. Now, if you remember from our previous videos, the one place to go to find out what's going on during the day is your activity panel. If I go to the activity panel and I go to matters, you'll see that there is a new matter that was added to the system, and also some documents. Okay, so I can see everything that's going on activity panel fairly quickly. Now, since it was assigned to that individual, it will appear on their activity panel. Remember, I selected Kevin Faribault, so if Kevin Faribault logs in, he will see it on his activity panel. But since I'm a super user, I see everything, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go to the Matter dashboard and show you one more thing. So on the Matter dashboard, we have a little icon here that lets me click, and quickly show all matters that came in through intake. Now, this is what Kevin would see. So Kevin takes all the intakes for the firm, and anytime a new one comes into the system, it appears here, and he gets notified in the activity panel that a new matter has been created. And if we select that matter, you'll see that not only has it collected the software company, created the contact record, it collected some additional information about the memo, and you notice it also uploads those two documents as supporting documents. So it's done all the work that your staff would normally have to do during an intake. Talk to the individual, collect the vital information, talk about the case, grab some supporting documents, and enter that information in the system. Now your staff don't have to do all that. Let your potential clients, if they're really interested, let them put in the time and the effort to provide you that information. It streamlines the whole process. I think it's more accurate since the user is actually entering the information as opposed to someone taking it over the phone and then typing it in. But that's public intake in a nutshell. I'd like to thank you for joining me. My name is Frank Rivera. This is HoudiniEsq 2.0. Have a great day.